Are you ready to master infrastructure as code and ace your HashiCorp Terraform Associate certification? Today, we are diving deep into 30 essential practice questions that mirror the actual exam environment. In this video, we will cover HashiCorp Certified Terraform Associate practice exam questions and answers. Unlock your potential as a DevOps engineer with this comprehensive guide to the HashiCorp Certified Terraform Associate exam. This video covers the core domains of Terraform, including providers, state management, modules, and Terraform Cloud, providing you with the technical depth needed to pass on your first attempt. Make sure to grab a pen and paper to track your score. And subscribe for more DevOps certification deep dives. What is the primary benefit of using infrastructure as code, IAC? Option A. It eliminates the need for cloud provider accounts. Option B. It allows for manual configuration of hardware in a data center. Option C. It provides idempotent and repeatable deployments of infrastructure. Option D. It increases the cost of infrastructure management by adding complexity. The correct answer is C. The primary benefit of IAC is the ability to define infrastructure in a declarative way that ensures idempotency. This means that no matter how many times you run the code, the resulting infrastructure will be the same, reducing human error and ensuring consistency across environments like development, staging, and production. Which of the following best describes the difference between Terraform and configuration management? Tools like Ansible? Option A. Terraform is only for Oz, while Ansible is for on-premises. Option B. Terraform is primarily for infrastructure provisioning, whereas Ansible is focused on software configuration. Option C. Ansible uses HCL, while Terraform uses YAML. Option D. There is no difference. They are interchangeable. The correct answer is B. While there is some overlap, Terraform is designed as an orchestration tool to provision the underlying infrastructure. VPCs, VMs, databases, while Ansible is a configuration management tool meant to install software and manage settings within those VMs after they are created. Which command is used to initialize a directory containing Terraform configuration files? Option A. Terraform plan. Option B. Terraform build. Option C. Terraform init. Option D. Terraform start. The correct answer is C. The Terraform init command is the first command that should be run after writing a new Terraform configuration. It performs several necessary setup steps. It initializes the backend, downloads the required provider plugins, like AWS or Azure, and prepares the working directory for other commands. In a team environment, why is it considered a best practice to use a remote backend instead of a local Terraform TF state file? Option A. Local state files are encrypted by default, making them hard to read. Option B. Remote backends support state locking to prevent concurrent executions from corrupting the state. Option C. Terraform cannot run on local machines without a remote backend. Option D. Remote backends are the only way to use Terraform variables. The correct answer is B. State locking is a critical feature provided by remote backends, like S3 with DynamoDB or Terraform Cloud. It ensures that if two team members run Terraform apply at the same time, one will be blocked until the other finishes. This prevents the state file from becoming corrupted or overwritten with conflicting data. How can you prevent a specific resource from being destroyed when running Terraform destroy? Option A. Delete the resource from the configuration file. Option B. Use the prevent_destroy meta argument within the lifecycle block. Option C. Run Terraform destroy, exclude. Option D. Manually delete the resource from the state file using Terraform state erm. The correct answer is B. The lifecycle block within a resource allows you to set the prevent_destroy argument to true. If this is set, Terraform will reject any plan that would result in the destruction of that resource, providing a safety net for critical infrastructure like production databases. What is the purpose of the Terraform refresh command? Option A. It updates the local configuration file with the current state. Option B. It reconciles the state file with the real-world infrastructure. Option C. It deletes all existing resources and recreates them. Option D. It updates the provider versions to the latest available. The correct answer is B. The Terraform refresh command queries the infrastructure provider, e.g., AWS, to check the current status of managed resources and updates the state file to match. It does not modify the physical infrastructure but ensures that Terraform's knowledge of the infrastructure is up to date before running a plan. Which file format does Terraform use for its configuration files? Option A. JSON. Option B. YAML. Option C. HCL. Option D. XML. The correct answer is C. Terraform uses HCL, HashiCorp configuration language, while Terraform can also read JSON-formatted configuration files. HCL is the standard as it is designed to be human-readable and machine-friendly, specifically optimized for describing infrastructure. What is a Sentinel in the context of Terraform Cloud Enterprise? Option A. A backup tool for state files. Option B. A policy as code framework used to enforce guardrails. Option C. The primary CLI tool for Terraform. Option D. A monitoring agent for cloud resources. The correct answer is B. Sentinel is a policy as code framework integrated into Terraform Cloud and Enterprise. It allows organizations to define rules, e.g., no instances without tags or no public S3 buckets, that Terraform must validate before allowing any infrastructure changes to be applied. Which command would you use to find the value of a specific output variable after a deployment? Option A. Terraform get. Option B. Terraform show. Option C. Terraform output. Option D. Terraform state list. The correct answer is C. The Terraform output command is used to extract the values of output variables from the state file. This is useful for passing information, like a load balancer DNS name, to other scripts or for manual verification after the infrastructure is provisioned. When calling a module, where are the source files usually located? Option A. Only on the local file system. Option B. Only in the Terraform registry. Option C. In the state file. Option D. Local paths, Git repositories, or the Terraform registry. The correct answer is D. Terraform modules are highly flexible. The source argument in a module block can point to a local directory, a GitHub GitLab repository, a Bitbucket repo, an S3 bucket, or the public-private Terraform registry. This allows for code reuse across different projects and teams. You want to view the execution plan without applying it. Which command should you run? Option A. Terraform apply, view. Option B. Terraform plan. Option C. Terraform show plan. Option D. Terraform validate. The correct answer is B. The Terraform plan command creates an execution plan. It lets you see what actions Terraform will take to reach the desired state defined in your configuration files. Create, update, or delete, without actually making any changes to the real infrastructure. Which of the following is used to define a dependency between two resources that Terraform cannot automatically detect? Option A, depends _on. Option B, link _to. Option C, require _resource. Option D, count. The correct answer is A. Terraform usually handles dependencies automatically by analyzing the resource arguments. However, if a dependency is hidden, for example, a resource needs an IAM role that isn't directly referenced in its attributes, you use the depends _on meta argument to explicitly tell Terraform the order of operations. What happens if you delete the Terraform TF state file locally without a backup? Option A. Terraform will automatically recreate it by scanning your cloud provider. Option B. Terraform loses track of all managed resources and will try to recreate them if you run apply. Option C. Your cloud resources will be automatically deleted for security. Option D. The configuration files will be corrupted. The correct answer is B. The state file is the only way Terraform maps your code to real-world resources. If it is lost, Terraform thinks the resources do not exist yet. Running apply will result in Terraform attempting to create new resources, which may lead to errors like resource already exists or duplicate infrastructure. What is the purpose of Terraform state erm? Option A. To delete a resource from the cloud provider. Option B. To remove a resource from the Terraform state without destroying the actual physical resource. Option C. To reset the state file to an empty state. Option D. To remove a provider from the configuration. The correct answer is B. Sometimes you want to stop managing a resource with Terraform but keep it running in the cloud. For example, moving it to a different Terraform project. Terraform state erm removes the item from the state file, so Terraform forgets it, but the resource remains untouched in the real world. How do you access an output variable from a child module in the root configuration? Option A. Module less than module underscore name greater than less than output underscore name greater than. Option B. Var less than module underscore name greater than less than output underscore name greater than. Option C. Output less than module underscore name greater than less than output underscore name greater than. Option D. Child less than module underscore name greater than less than output underscore name greater than. The correct answer is A. To reference data from a child module, you use the syntax module less than module underscore name greater than less than output underscore name greater than. Note that you can only access values that have been explicitly defined as output blocks within that child module. What does Terraform Validate do? Option A. It checks if the cloud credentials are correct. Option B. It checks the syntax and internal consistency of the configuration files. Option C. It compares the local state with the remote state. Option D. It verifies that the resources exist in the cloud provider. The correct answer is B. The Terraform Validate command is used to verify that the configuration is syntactically valid and internally consistent. It checks for things like unsupported arguments, undeclared variables, or incorrect attribute types, but it does not check your cloud provider for permissions or existing resources. Which command allows you to change the state file to reflect a resource that was created manually or exists outside of Terraform control? Option A. Terraform push. Option B. Terraform import. Option C. Terraform pull. Option D. Terraform refresh. The correct answer is B. The Terraform import command is used to bring existing resources under Terraform management. You must first write a resource block for the existing resource in your TF files. Then run the import command to link the physical ID, like an AWS instance ID, to that resource block in the state file. What is the result of using the count meta argument set to 0? Option A. Terraform will throw an error. Option B. Terraform will create one resource with a null ID. Option C. Terraform will not create any instances of that resource. Option D. Terraform will create a resource and then immediately delete it. The correct answer is C. The count meta argument defines how many instances of a resource to create. Setting count equals 0 is a common pattern used to conditionally create resources based on a variable. If the count is 0, Terraform simply skips the creation of that resource entirely. Terraform is considered a blank IAC tool. Option A. Imperative. Option B. Manual. Option C. Declarative. Option D. Procedural. The correct answer is C. Terraform is declarative, meaning you describe the end state you want. E.g., I want 5 web servers. You don't have to define the step-by-step instructions on how to create them. Terraform's engine figures out the necessary steps to reach that state. Which function can be used to read the content of a file on the local disk and use it in a resource? Option A. Read file. Option B. File. Option C. Open. Option D. Get underscore file. The correct answer is B. The file path function is a built-in Terraform function that reads the contents of a file at a given path and returns it as a string. This is commonly used for passing startup scripts to the user underscore data field of a virtual machine. What is the purpose of Terraform FMT? Option A. To convert HCL to JSON. Option B. To rewrite configuration files to a canonical format and style. Option C. To minify the configuration files. Option D. To check if the configuration is valid. The correct answer is B. The Terraform FMT command is a styling tool. It automatically adjusts indentation, alignment, and spacing in your TF files to match the HashiCorp standard style, making the code easier to read and maintain across teams. If you want to apply changes only to a specific resource, which flag should you use with Terraform Apply? Option A, Only. Option B, Focus. Option C, Target. Option D, Resource. The correct answer is C. The target flag. E.g., Terraform Apply Target equals oz_instance.web allows you to limit the scope of an operation to a specific resource. This is generally discouraged for routine use but is very helpful for troubleshooting or fixing isolated issues in a large state. Where does Terraform store the mapping between your configuration and the real-world resources? Option A. In the cloud provider's console. Option B. In the provider plugin. Option C. In the state file. Terraform. TF state. Option D. In the Terraform folder. The correct answer is C. The state file is the source of truth for Terraform. It maps the resource names in your code to the unique IDs assigned by the cloud provider, like ARN or instance ID, and stores the current metadata for those resources. Which of the following is a key feature of Terraform Cloud? Option A. A web-based UI for managing state and runs. Option B. The ability to run Terraform without any internet connection. Option C. Replacing the need for HCL with a drag-and-drop builder. Option D. Automatically paying for your AWS bill. The correct answer is A. Terraform Cloud provides a centralized platform for teams to collaborate. Features include remote state storage, a UI to view run history, integration with version control systems, VCS, and a private module registry. What is the difference between variable and locals? Option A. Variables are global. Locals are only for modules. Option B. Variables are for user-provided input, whereas locals are for internal computed logic and reusability. Option C. Locals can be changed at runtime. Variables cannot. Option D. There is no difference. The correct answer is B. Variables. Variable block are intended to be inputs that the user provides when running Terraform via CLI, files, or environment. Locals block are used for internal expressions or to avoid repeating complex logic within the same module, and they cannot be overridden by the user. When using a workspace, where is the state stored for a non-default workspace named prod locally? Option A. Terraform, TF state. Option B. Terraform, TF state. D. Prod, Terraform, TF state. Option C. Prod, TF state. Option D. Terraform, prod, TF state. The correct answer is B. When using local state with workspaces, Terraform creates a directory called Terraform, TF state, D. Each non-default workspace gets its own subdirectory and its own state file within that directory, to ensure separation between environments. What is the purpose of the data source block? Option A. To create new data in the cloud. Option B. To fetch information from resources that are not managed by the current Terraform configuration. Option C. To store local variables. Option D. To define the cloud provider credentials. The correct answer is B. Data sources allow Terraform to use information defined outside of Terraform, or defined by another separate Terraform configuration. For example, you can use a data source to look up the latest Amazon machine image, AMI ID, or find an existing VPC ID to use in your resources. Which of these is not a HashiCorp product? Option A, Vault. Option B, Console. Option C, Terraform. Option D, Kubernetes. The correct answer is D. Kubernetes is an open-source project originally designed by Google, now maintained by CNCF. Vault, Console, and Terraform are all flagship products developed by HashiCorp. Which command is used to output the current state in a human-readable format? Option A, Terraform read. Option B, Terraform statelist. Option C, Terraform show. Option D, Terraform plan. The correct answer is C. The Terraform show command provides a human-readable inspection of a state file or a plan file. It shows all the attributes and current values of the resources currently managed by Terraform. If you change a variable value and want it to take effect, what is the minimum set of commands you should run? Option A, Terraform init and Terraform apply. Option B, Terraform plan and Terraform apply. Option C, only Terraform apply. Option D, Terraform refresh. The correct answer is C. Technically, only Terraform apply is required, as it will automatically perform a plan step and ask for confirmation before applying the change. However, it is always recommended to run Terraform plan first to review the changes before execution. That wraps up our 30 essential questions for the Terraform Associate certification. How did you do? If you got more than 25 right, you are in great shape. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more DevOps content. For the full bank of practice exams and updated questions, check the link in the description below.